So you want to start making money on YouTube. Don't be coy. We all want that to happen with our channel. It's fine. It's exactly why YouTube is great. But YouTube's revenue metrics are some of the most misunderstood that I run into with creators, brands, and everything else in between. So today, we are going to get into the monetary metrics of YouTube, starting with CPM. What is CPM? And how can you leverage it as a brand or creator? How is it calculated? What are some of the more lucrative CPM niches? How is it different than RPM? And what are some of the ways that CPM gets affected on your channel? We will do all that in under 5 minutes, probably. So CPM technically stands for cost per mile. That is a nothing burger definition. It's not very useful, tangible, or seeable in your brain. What it really means in the space of YouTube is the amount the advertiser pays per 1,000 impressions on their ad. That's what it means. It's not the same as views, by the way, with the 30-second threshold. Is if the ad gets seen, it counts as an impression, thus they are paying for it. Now, how can you leverage that as a creator? Well, as you need to know, is that not all niches in CPMs are created equal. There is more lucrative categories on YouTube than others. For example, finance and education tend to be a higher CPM versus gaming and film reviews. Now, there's opportunity in any niche. You carve your own path, but I would stress to not choose something just because you want to make money. Oh, I'm going to be great at finance content because I want to make money in finance content. If you're not good at finance, don't do it. Just don't. No. A great principle from Think Media, I believe, is finding the middle of your passion, proficiency, and profitability. Okay? That is the best place to be operating when it comes to creating your content. Now, how exactly does this CPM get calculated? Let's do some mind math quickly so I don't lose all the retention here. But it is simply total ad payout divided by total views in parentheses over here times 1,000 equals CPM. Quick math, let's say you had $500 total payout divided by 100,000 views times 1,000 gets you a $5 CPM, okay? So it goes to 0.005 times by 1,000, $5 CPM. You can flip that around. You can do total views divided by 1,000, so 100,000 divided by 1,000 times the CPM of $5, you'll get the $500 payout. Now, do you get all that $500? No. There's a difference between CPM, which is the total revenue, and the RPM, which you're actually gonna make after YouTube takes its fee. That is worth noting, okay? You need to know that difference, and that's a video for another day. What are some of the things that impact CPM? Guys, this is where your ad ratings and other factors you need to think about. So the first one is you need to suitably rate your content. If you are dropping F-bombs or you're doing dangerous things and you're not acknowledging that in the monetization section that we like to click past so we can publish our video, you're hurting yourself, because if you get it wrong, you're gonna get penalized. When you get penalized, you're going to lose traction on YouTube. There's not necessarily a through line that I can prove. All I can tell you is that channels that fail at this seem to have some kind of throttling take place. Take that for what you will. Accurately rate your content. If it needs to be PG-13, rate it PG-13. There's advertisers looking for that audience. That brings me to the next one. Kids content. There's just not a great CPM there. That's just the reality. Now, there's view consumption to be had there. I love the kids market. I worked in it for many years. But because there's a lot less data for the advertisers to use, there's a lot more protection on what targeting kids, as there should be, it's just not as much money to be made there. So something to factor in if that's the content that you're doing. Location plays a role. If your content is primarily consumed in the United States versus somewhere in Europe, there's probably gonna be a difference in your CPM. Also, seasonality. There's two seasonalities to factor. Seasonality, like say you've got holiday movies or holiday content that picks up obviously around the holidays. That doesn't mean it's gonna do well year round, or your CPM will stay at the rate that it is during that seasonality. Also, there's times where advertisers don't spend their dollars. They tend to dump a lot of money towards the end of the year and really keep that money close at the beginning of the year. January and February tend to be the worst months for CPM. So expect revenue to be down at the beginning of the year, and don't look at your strategists or your team and be like, what are we doing wrong? It's just the way it works. So that's CPM in under 5 minutes. Happy creating and hopefully making some money.